Antman
and the Wasp. All right, another Marvel movie this year. How excited are you?
Very excited.
Now, how disappointed are you that there's no more for the year until next March?
Oh man, that's kind of weird. And there's no Star Wars, so it's kind of weird too. But we still have Mary Poppins coming out. Antman and the Wasp. Wasp.
That's before the P.
English is my second language. But
anyway,
this is the sequel to the first one, which is called Ant-Man, which is easier for me to say because it's only Ant-Man. I love this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. First impressions?
First impression, I thought it was very entertaining, very funny, and it's a very fun film to watch. It's funny as heck. Paul Rudd is always funny to me. I still like the first one a lot better.
Okay.
I think the first one has more, kind of like the shocking, like, whoa, that movie was awesome. So I always thought Ant-Man was one of the most underrated films for the MCU, and so this is very good. The first one is very good. The second one is good as well, but I still like the first one.
Okay.
What about you? What's your first impression?
First impressions, walking out of the theater, I enjoyed it. I liked it. Very disappointed by the end credit scene, the second one. That was stupid.
That was useless.
If you haven't seen it, it doesn't matter. You can leave after the first end credit scene.
Both of them are pretty. Not the one. The last one is we didn't know what was going to happen, but the first post credit scene was
expected.
Predictable.
Predictable. Like you knew it was coming. If you're not sure what we're talking about, go see Infinity War and you can come watch this. But yeah, I liked the movie.
It seems like you don't like it a lot. Well, what is it?
There's something about this movie that I am bugged.
Okay, now, let's talk about it.
Bugged. In the beginning of the movie, I felt like the editing was very choppy. I thought it was really choppy at first. Like all of a sudden they're here, and all of a sudden they're here, and you didn't realize like how'd you get to that point? It doesn't really matter, but it cut up the flow. It took me out of the film.
So the intro of the movie.
It was the first half hour.
Oh, first half hour.
First half hour of the movie felt pretty choppy to me.
Okay.
Like, in the editing.
Okay.
And then also in the beginning, Scott Lang, Paul Rudd, he felt very Wade Wilson to me. Like he was channeling Wade Wilson. Like not Deadpool, but like Wade Wilson. And it kind of bugged me. I was like, no, you're a funny guy. Be the funny guy that you were in the first movie. So that's my only issue.
Okay. I disagree with you. I thought the only thing I would agree with you is the intro was kind of weird. It's a very weird. It was kind of like, this is a different Marvel intro. I thought it was kind of weird, but I was okay with it. I didn't think it was choppy at all. I thought it flowed well. I
bet the next time you watch it, you'll be like, oh, that was weird. Why'd that happen?
Because it explains.
Why don't you edit once in a while and you'll know what I'm talking about?
No, I get it. What I'm saying is like I've edited Black Panther, so and editing is hard. That's why Paul is very good at it. I thought it was okay, fine the way it was because we know the background is why the way how the situation they were. He was out of house arrest. He made a deal with the FBI. Because of what happened in Civil War. So I didn't have a problem. I didn't think it was choppy at all. The only thing I have a problem with is I like the first one better is because it was a team effort in the movie, in the first one. I felt like Michael Pena and the other two, T.I. and I don't know the other actor's name, I thought they were almost like a Guardian of the Galaxy 2 type of character. Like they were just there for the joke. They didn't have really no purpose in the story. They were there. They were just cracking jokes. Then that's it. Like in the first one, they were utilized way more. They were part of the story, part of the plan, part of the heist.
I feel like they were only there because they were there in the first one.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a purpose in the second one. So they threw them in there just because they were there in the first one.
But Michael Pena had more to do in this one, I thought, than the other two guys. So, but it didn't work for me. The other one I didn't like.
Also, I love Michael Pena. Can we just acknowledge how great he is?
He's funny. He's hilarious.
Makes me want to watch End of Watch over and over. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Anyways, digress. And the other problem I had with this, I get where he's from. Paul Rudd was. I thought he would. Not that there was
the jokes are funny.
No, but there's certain jokes that didn't work for me, and there's certain scene the joke was like, okay, it's kind of flat, and so other than that, I didn't have that much problem with it. I thought they could have utilized you know, the other two guys. I don't know their name. T.I. and the other actors.
T.I. and Arkham Asylum escapee.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I have a problem with. Maybe there's more, but before that, let's talk about the good things about this movie. The thing that works for you the most.
Honestly, I can't pinpoint one thing that I loved, but I will say this movie is perfectly fine. There's nothing awful about it, but there's nothing great about it. It's exactly what you have expected from an Ant-Man sequel. I do want to say props to the screenwriter, whoever, in the story. There was no like villain.
There's no villain.
There was no one set villain, and it was a nice change of pace.
Let me
before. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
And I feel like what's his name? The dude from Sons of Anarchy and the dude from Hate.
I know who you're talking about.
That guy. I feel like his character was totally a throwaway and just an excuse for cars to get thrown around, so you don't feel bad about FBI agents.
Well,
I stole that from Jeremy Johns. You can quote me on that.
I disagree with that and Jeremy Johns, but I feel like I'm okay with it. I think he was underused. Now he was bad in Tomb Raider as well.
He could have been better.
Could have been better. But the purpose of the character, or that part of his, you know, a part of the whole movie, was to give you a kind of like the story have a stake. There's different things going on.
That's the thing, though. Like, what was his intention with the tech that he?
And it's just more of like,
you didn't know, so you didn't really care.
Well, it was just more of like, he's there to give it more, to give like a little bit more suspense in trying to save hopes.
Just to move the plot along.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh man, here's another little roadblock for us to have to get through before we have to go save. It's a suspense thing, and he's there. He's underused. I agree with you, but I didn't mind. It worked for me because it does give you kind of like, okay, now they have to do this and to be able to get to this point, and so I don't mind it. That's the other one thing that I thought was the bad part, was he was underused, because he's a great actor. I thought.
I agree. Very good.
I love. I can't say her name.
Evangeline Lilly?
Yeah. Now my wife is gonna tell you that she's my girlfriend, but I liked her since Lost. I thought she was good in Lost. This is the positive part. It was the Wasp was the centerpiece in this movie. I thought she was a badass. Excuse my language. I thought she had more action scene than Antman and an Antman in this movie. I thought she was the center point in this whole story. Okay. And I thought her character was awesome. I liked her character better than I liked Antman, even though she shined more, you know, in this movie. And so I thought that was a very positive thing about this movie. What did you think of the quantum realm?
It looked like Dormammu.
It looks pretty interesting.
It looked like Dormammu's like lair. Like, well, it's just a bunch of CGI and stuff. Like, and I get it. Like, we don't really know what to expect from shrinking down that small. We don't know what it looks like, so they're kind of guessing. But it was kind of boring to me. Like, make it nothingness. There's stuff around. Make it a nothing.
The only thing I have a question about quantum realm is, what the heck is Michelle Pfeiffer, who is the mom of
Catwoman? I'm sorry.
What is she? Apparently she can...
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, I have a problem. All right.
Well, I don't know if it's a problem. It's just a mystery. Like, what is this? Because I've been trying to research this. I have no idea what the heck she is. Like...
There was some kind of evolutionary... catalyst that she hit down there.
Well, she did say you evolve when you are shrink to this quantum realm, so you evolve.
That's the part I was confused too. She says you evolve when you're down there, but she also aged as if she was up here, and that was very confusing.
Okay, when I first saw that she can do this and heal, and
what the frick was that? That made no sense.
Well, I thought that
you might as well have been Enchantress from Suicide Squad, like.
But I thought they were going to use that power in the Avengers 4 somehow to help against Thanos, but then she got dusted. Spoiler alert. which is kind of weird. Like, you introduce this power, but then you dusted her off. What was the point of showing the power? Like, that's the part that I was like confused. But yeah, maybe hopefully they explain this.
We have a lot of criticism without a lot of resolution.
Yeah. Well, anyway. I still love this movie. I thought it was entertaining. I would recommend you seeing it. I want to see it again. I probably will go see it again. I will
I
give
won't.
this. Yeah, he won't. I will give this an opening night. So.
All
for
right,
me.
I'll give it a Blu-ray, like a low Blu-ray, like a Blu-ray you buy at like Albertsons on accident.
Was this movie better than Justice League?
I like the characters of Justice League more, but like cinematically, yeah, this is a better movie.
Enough said.
Shut up.
Tell me what you think. Tell us what you think of the movie. If you like it, you didn't like it. Leave us, a comment below. Superman. Comic-Con. I have a feeling.
Are you going to Comic-Con?
Well, we're not.
We're not. We
But
can't.
we need more views and more subscribers to get to there. But there might be a rumor. Man of Steel 2 might be announced. Yeah.
Maybe we'll finally get an Aquaman trailer.
Oh, we will. So.
All right, see ya.
See you, nerds.